I'm about as real as they come.
All my beats tailored by Joe. House Digital.
Maserati, Rick in Detroit. Convertible bird in Miami. Graduated summa cum laude. Strip club made a tsunami. Carlton Hines with the ball game. Grateful Edmonds with the snowflakes. Craig Pettis in the M-Town. Sal Magluta with the boat game. Falcone with the cocaine. Like Freeway Ricky with the plug game. Like Monster Cody in South Central. Larry Davis from
A room full of so much cocaine, we can't even tell you where we shot this video, but these drugs were all found right here in Hampton Roads. Border officials say they came in on a ship to the port of Norfolk in December, smuggled into the United States inside fruit juice cans.
I have children of my own. I'm always worried about where these drugs end up. Are they getting to schools?
So exactly how much drugs were seized? Well, 732 pounds worth of cocaine are on the street. That would be $100 million worth of drugs.
There was no specific tip that led to this bust, but Border Patrol workers say the use of fruit cans is just one example of how creative drug traffickers are getting these days. In the past, they used everything from cans like this to body bags. And although the container carrying these drugs was flagged as soon as it left Trinidad Tobago, our Border Patrol workers could not check the container until it got in the U.S.
We used every tool at our disposal, from large-scale X-ray equipment to household can openers.
The 20-foot container with thousands of these cans inside was headed to New York. Officials say around 700 cans had drugs hidden inside, and workers could not see a difference on the outside between the cans with juice or the cans with drugs. So far here, though, no arrests have been made, but officials hope that will soon change. In Norfolk, Jackie Fay, News Channel 3.
Keeping the faith. Well, a popular restaurant owner locked up in jail tonight. Federal agents arrested Fred Wills Jr., the owner of Big Daddy's in Virginia Beach. They say that he is one of the biggest drug dealers in Hampton Roads. 10 on your sides, Mary Kay Maloney joins us now live with that story. And Mary Kay, correct me if I'm wrong, but Wills has appeared on our air before, right?
Yeah, actually he has. Wills, known as Big Daddy, appeared on our former Fox 43 morning show during a cooking segment with our own Cheryl Tan. So it was a surprise to read the federal indictment in which DEA agents say people would go to Big Daddy's in Virginia Beach to buy drugs, and Wills would hand them allegedly white styrofoam takeout food containers full of cocaine.
Good luck meal.
The black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas, and you love it, don't you?
Yes, they're very good. We cook them with smoked turkey.
Fred Wills Jr. back in December showing our audience on Fox 43's morning show his talents as a chef and owner of Big Daddy's restaurant in Virginia Beach. Little did we know, federal DEA agents had been watching Wills for several years.
And my mother, when I was a kid, she used to even soak her beans. And
Like overnight, just
let
water?
them soak, yeah, let them soak and they'll swell. And then that way they cook a little quicker.
According to this federal indictment, Wills served up more than black-eyed peas and other southern dishes. Federal agents say the chef was one of the biggest drug kingpins around, dealing cocaine at $23,000 a kilo, as well as crack and marijuana. They say Wills laundered his drug proceeds through his restaurant and other businesses, and that he referred to cocaine as food.
Some people in the old-fashioned, they use pork, but we use the smoked turkey because it's more healthier for you.
According to the indictment, Wills, along with his wife and another suspect, ran their drug ring in Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, and Texas. And now that Wills has been arrested, the U.S. Attorney's Office is asking the chef, if convicted, to forfeit more than $9 million of property and assets allegedly bought with drug money. Wills has operated several Big Daddy's restaurants in the area. We stopped by his location on Virginia Beach Boulevard near Newtown Road today. It was open and customers and employees were there. Will's son came out and told us he is shocked by the drug charges. In the newsroom, Mary Kay Maloney, 10 on your side.
Yo, we back. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb ties. We on our way to VA. Vi Beach to be exact. All my niggas from the beach, y'all get in the comment box below and tap in. Y'all know how we rockin'. Matter of fact, the whole 7 cities, y'all get down below. Let us know what cities we got tuned in. Whole VA. If y'all in VA, man, y'all tap in. Now today, we are going to be covering somebody that we spoke on previously, but we're going to try to get a more in-depth, detailed view of this person, and the gentleman that I'm speaking of is going to be none other than Fred Wills Jr., or better known as Big Daddy. a little bit about Big Daddy. He's going to be originally from Philly, so this story is going to have ties to Philly. But based on all my research, looks like he was down in the 757 area from, looks like 2000, and maybe even prior. But according to the federal government, they're going to say that he pretty much started out in the game dealing small amounts of cocaine and marijuana at around 2000, but it went on to say that by the year of 2003, he was distributing kilogram quantities of cocaine for right around 23 and a half. They also said that in 2005, he would go on to trade his H2 Hummer for 2 kilos of cocaine. So that's this level of this scale of shit that we on. And they were going, I can't go any further before saying that, you seen the clip, he owned a very successful soul food restaurant in Virginia Beach that was highly acclaimed and even covered by the local media or the local news channel, or one of them, which is Wavy, or pretty much the biggest one. And they had him up there pretty much breaking down recipes, and they, according to the government, they're gonna say from that same restaurant that he broadcasted is where he was directly handling some of that drug business. And it would be so profitable that he would eventually in 2007, along with another unnamed associate, open up a nightclub in Miami Beach that was called White Diamonds. And according to the indictment, they're going to say that that club was paid for with drug money, and that Big Daddy actually made a couple of drug deals directly in the club, including a transaction in 2008 involving a deal for 20 kilos of cocaine. So this was definitely not a small fry operation. This is going to be some super big deal shit. And when he was indicted, he was also indicted with his wife and his son by the name of Little Daddy. And they're going to say that they sold more than 244 pounds of cocaine and smaller quantities of marijuana, and they laundered the proceeds from those drugs through the numerous restaurants that Fred Wills had owned over the years. So that was just a start. I even had some people that said that he was involved with throwing several shows in the area. But after he was indicted, the government would say that he was operating a 10-year long cocaine distribution operation, and it was worth nearly $9 million. So based on that, they sentenced him to 400 months, or a little bit over 33 years in federal prison. And they said him and his co-conspirators sold more than 840 pounds of cocaine and crack, plus large amounts of marijuana at times. So, and that's over the course of the investigation. And they're going to say that it primarily happened at the restaurant that was on Virginia Beach Boulevard, right near Newtown Road. And doing my research, I saw that the government is going to say that in 2008, and this was in the indictment, in 2008, he was warned that the DEA was investigating him, and his co-conspirators would be the next ones to be on the totem pole to go down. And the indictment would go on to say that how they were loosely affiliated with another large drug organization that was prosecuted the prior year, but they wouldn't go into details as far as what drug organization that was. So who knows if that had a direct effect on this organization being indicted, but 9 times out of 10 the likelihood is going to be high, because it's either going to be I want to say some remnants of that case, maybe a phone call here or there, or like some one thing ties this defendant, because it don't take much for them to go down the line, because they're usually investigating every call that's coming down. Or I wouldn't be surprised if whoever, a unknown person possibly from that organization, might have gave information on this organization to maybe lessen their sentence. So we know that game, that shit is going around heavy. So I did see that Mr. Wills would end up passing away in prison. So we want to send his condolences, send our condolences, the entire Mobb Ties family, send condolences to his family. And I actually had his sister kind of correspond with me, if I'm not mistaken, or his daughter, one of his daughters, excuse me, correspond with me and said that she wanted to get me in touch with her brother, and I want to say at this time he was serving time, and this was a little while back. So if y'all listening, y'all still hit my line, I'm sure the streets will want to hear from y'all, and y'all know what it is. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's your boy POP_A_LOT. Y'all hit the bell right under this video if y'all want to know when this is coming. And I'm gonna be back with some more real trill spill shit. You already know what it is. It's the Mobb Ties.